Hello.
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 Good.
Excellent.
Welcome to Comic-Con.
Thank you. This is crazy.
Ah, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen the first 5 episodes, and
Yeah?
you are just phenomenal. It's
Oh, thank
physical, the humor. How did you sort of encapsulate the character?
Well, I started with Bruno's script really because this is pre all the comics and his script is so good. He had a lot of great ideas about Alfred and the great thing about this is we're creating a world because it's 1960s London, yes, but it's a DC 1960s London, so it's dark and twisted and weird. But when creating a world, you have to think of everything: the music, the fashion, the physicality, the voice, the sound, even the smells, things like that. And so we really lent into it and created something very strange, I think.
so Alfred is somebody we all know.
Yeah.
What are you doing to put your own special twist and stamp on the iconic character?
Well, obviously, he's much younger in this, which is great, and he's a badass. Like he's, from my point of view, I think we've never seen him kind of swaggering around. We've not seen him, he's with like the loves of his life, the losses, all those kind of things.
We talked a little bit about the physicality of it and the fighting. What was your fight training like? Did you develop a certain style for Alfred? And what is that style, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to some SAS guys and we had some great stunt coordinators and some really great stuntmen who made it look great because I'm not that strong. And some brilliant cameramen who, use the tricks of the trade to sell it all. But it was a lot of fun and I didn't draw too much blood.
Does he have a style though?
No style, not really. We tried to steer away from kind of martial arts or anything like that, but he's certainly confident in close combat and with his hands or with weapons. And as I say, because he's always been this stiff, older butler, I went for a kind of bit of swagger.
What can you share about the process of working with Ben and developing that relationship on screen together?
Oh, Ben's fantastic. We luckily get along very well. But in this, I think it's a chance meeting that throws Alfred and Thomas together. Thomas's sister is at Alfred's place of work, and Thomas comes to get her. So that's quite exciting that they may never have met if that hadn't have happened. But their relationship, it's like a mutual intrigue, I think, or they're wary of each other, but they need each other. As much as they try and get away, I see it as like two tigers circling each other, and they're kind of scoping each other out. Because Thomas has money and status, and Alfred needs that at this stage in his career, because he needs to stop being a doorman and get his business off the ground. And Ben always hates it when I say this, but Thomas is a bit of a wimp, so he needs Alfred's skills and badass abilities to get him out of trouble.
Is it kind of a prince and the pauper balance with each other?
Yeah, right.
You need his philanthropy and
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And because it's set in a London that's sort of on the brink of civil war, Alfred's constantly trying to get away from violence, but like a strange addiction, he's drawn back. He knows it's damaging, but he's drawn back to it. And the right and the left are trying to recruit him. Thomas is trying to recruit him, but the show really challenges the ideas of good and evil, and how good people can do bad things and vice versa. And there's kind of, it's not black and white. So once Alfred thinks he's got his head around it and he knows someone, they'll do something to surprise him, whether good or bad. And then, he's constantly trying to be 2 steps ahead, but people surprise him.
What about working with Paloma?
Oh, she's great. Have you spoken to her yet?
No, she's
mad.
coming hopefully soon.
You'll hear her coming. She's crazy, but she's brilliant. And obviously, she's a famous pop star, and so when I heard that she'd been cast, I was intrigued. But she is fantastic. Bet Sykes' character, I think, is one of the best villains, female villains created in recent years, and it's all from Bruno's brilliant mind. But she's mad. The great thing about her is that she just wants to learn, and as we all do. So she's very generous with her time, and we all sort of helped each other out through the process.